You hate roosters. I don't hate you. You hate cocks. I love.
I'm completely covered in sweat right now as the entire crypto market has just done something shocking. Baby bears around the world are covered in the magoo of the baby bulls after seeing this chart. But do you know what this chart is and what it means? I hope that you're not standing up right now because you are about to get strapped in and strapped on. I'm your host, Bobby Bone, and it has finally happened. What we've been discussing for weeks is here. But more importantly, there are quite a few other things that have just shown up and that have just happened that will leave you dripping, and you have to see to believe. So get in the channel, make your like, subscribe, turn this goes and miss these absolutely time-sensitive alerts. Take advantage of over $16,000 in trading or getting altcoin bonuses below, and specifically for US traders below, a limited time using the link only below, over $8,000 up to in deposit bonuses as well. Without any further shpado, let's jump on it. Now, this is what I call absolutely bone-chilling. With Bitcoin now approaching the highs set back about a week ago, I don't even know where to start off here. So, as we've been discussing, Ethereum has been leading this breakout, and it continues to do so. And if we take a zoom out here, Ethereum, as we talked about, bouncing off this 21-day moving average, has breached 18,000 for the first time since it fell below it. And again, the reason this is so large is because this is a massive, massive, massive macro support turn resistance to where Ethereum, if it's able to break through this, will lead the entire market. And so far it has done that. But there are about 3 other charts that are honestly bigger than this as well. So Ethereum, obviously this is because of the merge, most likely, a lot of hype going into it. Also because the market has been in a record oversold territory, record extreme fear territory for months now. So this is extremely overdue, or should I say overdue. And the biggest thing I think, or one of the biggest things here too, is exactly what we've been talking about. The entire cryptocurrency market cap is finally, as you can see here, breaking back above this trend line. It's only done this one other time, and that was in early March, and it completely fell below it. It collapsed. But there are a million other things that are flashing why this is a different type of beast than this was back here. Namely, the market had not dumped and received enough punishment, and as well, the macroeconomic conditions were only getting worse. However, in just 2 days, we will see potentially the biggest relief in terms of the macroeconomic inflation numbers and stuff like that that we've seen. Again, it's still up in the air. There is no guarantee. However, the markets are pumping into it. And you have to think, well, if we do get numbers that are not nearly as bad or even better than people are expecting, I just don't see how Bitcoin does not pump massively percentage gains to the upside, as well as the entire market as well. And exactly what also we've been talking about, the DXY continues to kind of stall out around this level. Again, there are a lot of things that if one of these things triggers, it will absolutely permit massive pumpage in these markets. So we're waiting for basically one of these dominoes to fall, and there's like 3 or 4 big ones. The DXY being one of them. If this does break this support right around 106 over this brand new week, again, Bitcoin will make a move to the upside. This bearish divergence that we've been talking about for months has not played out yet. This is on the daily chart. This is a pretty big divergence here, and it has not played out. We have not seen this follow through. So, if it does, and when it does, it's going to be ginormous there. Not to mention as well, what we've also been, again, another huge thing, the weekly MACD cross, which we've also been covering for weeks, well over a month now, talking about it. We have finally just actually begun this move. And very differently to what we saw last time back in March of 2022, where we had this little fake out with the MACD on the weekly, just like we saw this pump we just talked about here on the entire crypto market. This area right here, this time is much different. Okay, the market is incredibly more oversold, and we were able to get a nice rally here. Actually, Bitcoin went up a lot in that time frame. If we go to Bitcoin's chart here, you can see back in March of 2022, Bitcoin did actually make a move from 30K up to like 48, almost 50K. So it was almost a $20,000 swing when we got that last signal, even though it was considered kind of a fake out. So what does this time have in store? Well, I think honestly much bigger here. And as well, we see the RSI identical to like what we saw back in the last bear market as well on the weekly chart. This is not a small time frame. This is a huge long-term time frame for analyzing these markets. Okay, that's one of the reasons I thought it was a no-brainer, as I've been talking about, having all these long positions open. And as well, if you are interested in any trading bonuses, specifically for U.S. traders, BitGet below, they actually have U.S. licensing, and you don't use it. You don't have to use a VPN or anything like that. And using my link below for a limited time, you can get up to an additional $8,000 in trading bonuses as well. But with this MACD cross, with the RSI being identical to the last time this happened, I just don't see how Bitcoin does not go on a multi-month rally. And again, I've been saying this for weeks. It's just now that people are finally starting to believe it. Okay, when I was saying this back when Bitcoin was looking absolutely disgustingly bad, pretty much right near its bottom, everyone was saying, no, that can't happen. We're going down to 15, we're going down to 10K. And now people are slowly starting to see, oh, maybe that actually makes sense, right? And it happened a few weeks later. Again, a lot of people are still not on board. Why is that? Well, maybe in a few weeks, those same people will be saying, oh, wow, maybe I should have been on board, right? Most people are late to the party, so it makes sense if a lot of people are still very hesitant about this. That's exactly how bottoms and reversals play out psychologically. And as well, if we look on the daily chart for Bitcoin, also, again, still bouncing on this 21-day moving average, just looking very good. I think there's a lot of momentum very possible in a very, very short amount of time, a very short move here. Remember this flag right here. A lot of people were leaving comments, no, this is a bear flag, we're going straight down. Let's see what happened. It didn't do that. It's not going straight down, okay? You get these triangles at the bottom of market moves as well that lead you into reversals. It's really no surprise. Everybody, their grandma and their sister were bearish on Bitcoin over the past couple of months. And it makes no sense that Bitcoin is just going to continue dropping in a much bigger fashion. Now, are we going to get a pullback at some point? Yes. Okay. We could get the pullback before we have some kind of true breakout. That doesn't mean anything. Okay. Overall, again, this trend is shaping up it just looks exactly like what a bottom looks like. And I've seen many of them over the past 6 years. Okay. In my opinion, this looks exactly like what they look like. So again, this is just my experience. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. But I'm just saying, in my opinion, and everything that I've seen in these markets, it doesn't make sense for Bitcoin to do something like this over the next couple of months. In fact, the exact opposite. Okay? It makes much more sense to do something like this. Or more realistically, something like this, okay? Chop, dumps in the middle, but overall, the trend being very heavily to the upside. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn on those ghost notifications so never miss these completely time-sensitive alerts. Over $16,000 in trading bonuses and getting altcoin bonuses below using my link specifically. Again, specifically my link below, limited time, over $8,000 up to $8,000 in bonuses with the BitGet link. And they even have like an emergency fund for their users, right? Absolutely gigantic. So it takes a few minutes if you just want to sign up below, identical to basically every exchange. It takes 1 to 2 minutes to sign up. We are partnered with Curb Finance as well for a limited time. So if you're staking in our ADA pool, not only are you receiving ADA, you're also receiving Society and now Curb as well. Absolutely gigantic. So we were lucky enough to get partnerships with both of them, Curb and Society. Without any further ado, that's it for me. Baby.